You all set? Call to order the March 4th, 2025 board meeting. We all please stand for pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mission statement, Southgate Public Schools, Learning for Life. Vision statement, Southgate Community Schools, the best choice for students and parents. Do we have any revisions or approval of the agenda?
Yes, I'd like to make a revision to pull action item number 5 from the agenda.
Item number 5. Titan Press Box Arch. Does anybody want to, is there a reason, Dr. or Ms. Irvine?
Well, yeah, after looking at the specs, I wanted to have more research on that, for that, and more conversation needs to be had on that as far as what needs to be done and the thickness of the font, or looking at the press box altogether.
Okay. We're good? We knew this, right?
Yes, just to add more information to that, we're limited on what we can do to address the top of the press box because of the structural integrity of that building. So if we want something more robust, they're saying that you really have to do quite a bit of renovation to the actual press box. So I do believe that Dr. Pomponio's interest is to look at this more holistically and consider a renovation of the entire press box rather than just satisfying what we can do at this time with what we have.
Okay. I'm good with that. So we're going to remove action item 5. So then I will call for a revision of the agenda. Do I have a motion for a revision of the agenda?
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to approve the revised agenda as presented.
I have a motion on the floor for a revised agenda. Do I have a second?
A second.
Okay, motion by Dr. Pomponio, second by Jason. We have a revised agenda. Action item E, presentation. So WCASB recognition for Dr. Pomponio. Right. I don't know. Probably.
Yeah.
What's that?
I like coming down here for these.
Do you want me to come down? or-
Sure, yes. I am really honored to present to Dr. Pomponio a recognition that is so deserved. After nearly 16 years on the Southgate Community Schools Board of Education, which is the longest-standing board member that Southgate Community Schools has ever had, tirelessly given to the care of students, she's so thoughtful, so involved in all of our schools, in everything that we do. She didn't just, though, dedicate her time here, she also dedicated herself to the Wayne County Association of School Boards. And she did that for 14 years. 14 years she has been serving on a Board of Education at the county level, or at least a director's role at the county level. And in that role, she served as a secretary as well as the president. She retired after 14 years as the president of WCASB. Generally, they come themselves to offer this, but they said that they have meetings at the same time, so they haven't been able to do that. So I get the honor to say that board service is thankless, and the number of years that you have dedicated to it just shows your integrity. It shows your care for the institution of schools and for kids. And I don't even think that I wish they were able to be here to do this. I don't even feel worthy to do it, but I want to do it instead and say thank you on behalf of them and behalf of us for representing us so well. It's been a great honor to have a Southgate representative there in that role for so long. Thank you.
Thank you.
let's, maybe if you'd like to just do the picture with yourself and then. Oh. Do it 2 ways, so you and I, and we'll do it once. Move this over front of the table.
Do that better now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great job.
Good job, Don. So, congratulations, Dr. Pomponio. I was so excited about your award. We're going to backtrack a minute to make this official because, anyway, the revisions to the agenda. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carried. Sorry. We move on. Didn't want to go through all this and then say nothing counts. F, are there any citizens' comments? Takes us to item G, the consent agenda, which consists of the minutes from the February 11th, 2025 regular board meeting, the updated HR, and the expulsion of student 9384. I get a motion to accept the consent agenda.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
It's been a motion on the floor by Dr. Pomponi. Is there a second? Support by Ms. Angel. Jason's got to get back here. This isn't my thing. Motion on the floor by Dr. Pomponio. Second by Angela. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. I'm getting better at it, guys. Actually, believe it or not, I've sat in before, but it's been a long time. Action item H, the approval of the Anderson High School Robotics District Tournament trip.
Hi, everybody. So I am here tonight seeking a few trip approvals. Our students have been very busy lately. The first one is the Robotics District Tournament trip. That is this weekend in St. Joseph's at the high school there. The team members will be there from Thursday through Saturday. They set up and practice on Thursday, and then they have their competition Friday, Saturday, but this will allow them to get some practice in and get some great feedback before their state tournament here in the next few weeks in April. So that is the district robotics tournament trip.
Any questions for staff?
I do have a question.
Mr. Cuthbert?
And it's not for you, I'm sorry, it's for the superintendent. For trips like these, since it's being brought to the board, is that, usually I thought it was only necessary for out-of-state trips? If this is in-state, is that necessary? Just curious.
It's an overnight trip.
Oh, it's an overnight trip.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, I'm sorry. Just curious. Thanks.
Any other questions for staff? If not, I'll bring them back to the table. Entertain a motion for an action item 1.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the Anderson High School Robotics District Tournament trip request as presented.
Is there a second?
Support.
It's a motion by Dr. Pomponio, support by Sean Sage. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Takes us to action item 2, the approval of the Anderson High School DECA State Competition Trip.
Yeah, so this trip is for our DECA team for next week. Although the trip is close, they do stay overnight in Detroit from March 12th through March 15th. They will be presenting their skills and showcasing what they have been working on. But this is also a great opportunity for them to network with other DECA students from the state since everybody will be there.
Any questions for staff? If If not, I'll bring the item back to the table and entertain a motion for action item 2.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to approve the Anderson High School DECA State competition trip as presented.
Is there a second? Support. Support. There's been a motion on the floor by Dr. Pomponio, support by Sean Stage. Is there any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. You staying, aren't you? You're here for the long haul.
2 more.
2 more. Takes us to action item 3, the approval of the Anderson High School Winter Guard World Championship trip.
Yeah, this one is very cool. So our Winter Guard has the honor, as they became a regional championship finalist, to represent Southgate Anderson at the World Championship for the greater Dayton and Cincinnati area. So they are going overnight to Northern Kentucky University, which is in Highland Heights. But this competition is from April 2nd through April 5th. And again, will allow them to present what they have, but then also get the great feedback from this, level of competition.
Any questions for? This. Okay, I'll bring the item back to the table, and I will entertain a motion for action item 8.3.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the Anderson High School Winter Guard World Championship trip as presented.
Motion on the floor, is there a second? Support. This is pretty easy, Sage. Thanks, buddy. Making my job easier. There's a motion on the floor, support. Is there any discussion?
I just want to say good luck. Good luck.
Yes, absolutely.
Good luck for sure. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Staying again, aren't you?
My last one.
Last one.
This is the one I wish I could go on, and I would go if I wasn't afraid of breaking an arm or a leg. But this last one is the ROTC. Last year they went to Fort Custer right when school let out. They're requesting that they go again. This is from June 22nd until 27th. They will do team building and leadership skills, all while doing the, fun things like canoeing and rappelling. And then they have like challenge courses, which will challenge our cadets in many different ways.
Any questions for staff? If not, bring the item back to the table and entertain a motion for action item 4.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the JROTC Fort Custer trip as presented.
A motion on the floor by Dr. Pomponio. Is there a second?
Support.
Oh. I'm gonna give it to Miss Angel just because.
Absolutely. She was staring me down. on
That was pretty good.
Trying to keep it easy on you.
Motion on the floor in a second. Is there any discussion? If not, I'll call the vote. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carried. You're done? Jason's turn? Will take us to action item 6, the approval of the North Point fencing project. You get to play now.
Good evening. So in order to properly keep the kids safe on the playground and walking track at North Point Elementary while school is in session, we propose installing a galvanized fence to include the following: 600 feet of 6-foot high fence, 250 feet of 4-foot high fence, one 16-foot double gate for maintenance purposes, 2 10-foot double gates, and 2 5-foot single walk gates. The fence will run around the playground, across the back of the property line, and return into the school. Please see the diagram. It's hard to, but here is the fence. There's the playground. There's the running track. It is going to be galvanized fencing. And the proposal we got is from Brady's Fence. There was 3 different options for the fence. We're asking for $26,850 with a contingency of $2,685 for any unforeseen conditions. So it's our recommendation that the Board of Education approve Brady's Fence Company to install the fence in the amount not to exceed $29,535. We're going to go with the 4-foot fence nearest the playground, so it's not, and we're gonna step the fence up in the back to the 6 foot tall fence. So as you pull up, you're gonna see the 4 foot tall to keep the kids in, and then the 6 foot along the property line. Questions? Yes.
Dr. Pomponi.
Well, over there, he wasn't. You
I
didn't.
raised my hand too, so go ahead,
You
Dr.
don't,
Pomponi.
you
No,
don't say,
go
you don't
ahead.
say anything, and then I
I
say,
know, I
I
know.
wasn't even looking over there. Go ahead, Dr. Pomponi.
Did you have any other bids that competed with Brady, or is it that we were doing work with them before?
Brady's Fence has installed all the playground fence across the district. They're a local company. Other bids in the past have been more expensive, and we gave 3 different options for some cost savings on the fence, color-wise and styles.
Thank you.
Ms. Freitas?
You went with the galvanized, why not the all black? I know it was more money, but any particular reason for that? I just think aesthetically, maybe the black, but better wear and tear for galvanized, or
How much of an increase is powder coating?
it was $4,000 I see on that, but oh,
All black is $30,850 was the cost for the all black. All galvanized is the 26,850, and then the galvanized with the black wire is 28,650. So there's 3 different price lines.
I was just wondering why you chose like that.
The other playgrounds currently are the galvanized.
Okay.
There's really no like, is it going to last longer? It's just a look.
Okay.
It's
Just
you know,
keeping it
black
cons-
versus galvanized. So to keep
Yeah, I
things the
just-
same, from shelters to board line to all of them, it's all galvanized currently. So standard.
Okay.
Any other questions?
I'm looking at this in the next proposal. This is obviously for North Point, and the other one's for Allen, and you'll get to that, I'm sure. And this, from the drawing, it looks like it encircles the entire facility. Is that correct? As well as the playground, those are 2 separate
It
circles?
does not encompass the entire property. So I would say this is about just under half of the property this fence would enclose.
It's, and again, and I appreciate the purpose for it is to, for the protection of our students and, while they're using, especially during school hours. Should we just curiously be expecting, this for, and I don't know the status of all the schools, especially the elementary ones related to it. Should we be expecting proposals in the future, or are those ones already covered? Just curious.
So we've enclosed the smaller playgrounds across the district. We're at Allen. We got some new equipment coming. So once the new equipment comes, because we're about to, as soon as the equipment comes in, we're installing it. I'm gonna have a fencing option for Allen as well. We're trying to enclose a smaller playground for the kids that would like to run. Usually the bigger playgrounds we haven't running, and there's a lot of community members using the track during the school day.
All of our other schools do have fencing around their playgrounds. You may end up finding a new one for Grogan's, though, because of the disrepair of the fence, as it separated the Heinzen building and the playground. That has really deteriorated. These are projects for areas that haven't yet been fenced in, but everything will be fenced by the time we're done. This will be the last of it that's actually fenced, but we might have a fencing proposal down the road to replace Grogan's.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? And you said, I just have one to end here. Brady's fence is that's what we've been using consistently throughout the district, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
they've done a lot of work across the district, just about every school.
Okay, I'll bring the item back to the table and entertain a motion for action item 6.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the purchase of the North Point fencing project as presented.
Is there a second? I have a motion by Dr. Pomponio, second by Mr. Sage. Is there any discussion? If not, I'll call the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Brings us to action item 7. I pretty much feel like you're gonna be here the rest of the night, Jason.
Nope, this is it
This is
after
you? Who's
this
doing it?
one.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, well, we'll see. The approval of the Allen fencing extension.
This is for Allen's Playground, and it's coming off the parking lot. So to protect our investment and the kids on Allen's, we propose to install a 6-foot, this is an aluminum fence from the back of the shed to the stadium. This fence will match the existing one that's around the Anderson Stadium currently. 6-foot aluminum fence with a 12-foot maintenance gate will also keep people from driving off Allen's parking lot towards the baseball field that we just renovated. So protecting our new investment there and coming across the discus and shot put areas and all the way out. Please see attached proposal from Brady's Fence. I've also included a diagram here. And the 12-foot gate is going to be centered on the parking lot between the stadium and the shed where people have been using it for years to access the football field. We're going to put a gate there for maintenance. So if we got to get some bigger equipment out there, we still have the opportunity. But we want to close that off as a drive because it's really not a drive. Please see attached proposal. It's for $13,800 for Brady Fence Company, contingency for $1,380. It's a recommendation the Board of Education approve Brady's Fence to install the fence in the amount of not to exceed $15,180. We did have this same fencing priced through Granger Construction, and they wanted $30,000 with the markup and fees and a different company doing it. So this is less than half the cost that Granger was looking to do the same fencing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Any questions for staff? Mr. Sage?
I'm just trying to get a lay of the land of where this is gonna be at, because from the diagram, I can't tell.
Yep. So you have, if you're familiar with Allen, you have the tube gate, you have the dumpster, and you have the shed.
Yes.
And then we're putting on the back of the shed because we still got to push snow. We don't want it right off the parking lot where where they pick up the kids and kind of make the circle around past the shed and to the front of sidewalk to pick up kids. So we're leaving a buffer for snow and maintenance, but it's right there, connects from the shed across, and we'll have a fence in front of the playground there. Right now, there's nothing. So
So the fence that it's gonna be tying into, it's not the baseball fence, correct?
no, it'll be the stadium. It's just past the scoreboard. Just past the scoreboard. It'll tie in the scoreboards here. It'll tie in where the parking lot at Allen ends.
Okay, so it's to the,
This is going to limit access to the baseball fields from
Yeah.
Allen's
You know,
Park.
people,
no, again, I'm just trying to aesthetically think.
Yeah.
So we got
Southwest
the,
corner of the football.
so it's gonna be like here.
so it's
Yeah.
gonna tie into where the football fence is, so
Yeah.
the larger, the,
Yeah, it's almost where the pole vaults is. It'll
Okay.
tie in near there,
okay.
towards the stadium, where the fence runs straight across to baseball. It'll tie in about
But where
where
it ties in, it's gonna look aesthetically, okay.
it's the exact fence, and they're gonna make it look, yes, pleasing, so it's not off. But it's the exact
I
aluminum.
was just thinking, because I know baseball's got the black fence over there,
Yeah,
but yeah, okay,
it'll be far enough away. It's not up against,
yeah,
you know,
okay, thank you.
this one. Yeah. Other questions?
Oops, sir.
But this is the same ornamental fence.
Same exact ornamental fence as the stadium, same top rung, bottom rung, it'll just tie in. So they'll have a post there where it ties in.
It's not going to be it's going to be that same extension, same
Yeah.
black fencing,
Okay,
ornamental fencing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Same aluminum fence.
okay.
They'll just turn left and come across to the shed.
And I know the previous proposal was already approved, but maybe you could answer to both. When are we expecting the work to be done?
Well, I don't want to make it a total mess out there, so we got to wait a little bit till it dries up, now that the frost is out of the ground. Upon approval tonight, I will let Brady's Fence know, and they will schedule the work as soon as, they're able to. I don't know how many projects they have ahead of us.
I
For
didn't know if
scheduling.
it was going to be during the school year or not, that's all.
Typically, yes.
Okay.
Typically, yes. Now, for driving the post that far, that close to the playground, we'll try to do it, if they got to drive the post, they can come in, after hours or after the 4 o'clock time frame, because then the kids won't be on the playground. Safety first when it comes to construction. We're not going to blend this fence company with the kids.
Right, yeah. That's where my head was in
Yes,
terms of
yes.
equipment and operations during the school year.
Yeah, if we have a half day coming up, they might be able to work all day, or full day coming up. We will definitely coordinate and safety first.
Appreciate that.
Yep.
Any other questions? Okay. So I'm gonna chime in here also with the drilling and everything of the fence and dust and debris going. You're gonna have to watch like the baseball games too and softball games. So that stuff, if it's done during the game, it's not flying into the outfielder's eyes or anything, because that also could be dangerous. It's just not the playground of the, I mean, I know we're talking about the elementary school, but that's another consideration because you're going to be right there.
And track season starting, so I
Right.
got to take a lot into account because spring sports is outside now as of the 10th.
Okay. I will bring action item 7 back to the table for a motion.
Make a motion to approve the purchase of the Allen fencing extension as presented.
I have a motion on the floor. Is there a second? I'm going to give it to Miss Angel again. Even though I saw your finger up. I did see it. You didn't speak up, This is good. This is like a back and forth between these two. I got a motion. Is there any discussion? Not, I'll call the vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carried. Takes us to action item 8, the approval of the laminated purchase for shelters in North Point. I'm going to guess that's you.
Yep, it is. So we are making sure that we have functioning equipment in all of our schools. In the fall, we approved a laminator for Davidson. At that time, we didn't have yet what our needs were at the elementary level, but we do need a laminator for North Point. They don't have one yet. And then we need to replace one for shelters because it's not working. So we are using, we want to purchase the exact laminator that we had approved in the fall for Davidson. So this is what they approved. It's a 27-inch. And it's a higher end model that should provide many, many years of sustained functionality. And it does have a warranty of about 90 days. So it's not forever. But I do think this will be a very important purchase for both of those buildings, and they're used often by teachers, so.
Any questions? Dr. Pomponio?
So where is this housed at, if they're sharing shelters in North
No,
Point?
they'll have two different ones.
Oh, two
So
different
we're having you purchase two of them. Yeah, for one for shelters and one for North Point.
Oh, because it said one, so is it total 4,493?
The district is recommending the purchase of the attached laminator for these two buildings. This is the old version. It's two of them, so the cost would be
Okay.
twice that amount. So it's an amount of 8,900.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I just saw the one.
Yeah, no, it is for both of those.
Okay.
So
So what's the total purchase for both?
let me do some. I believe it's 8,900.
$6.82.
I'll just quickly. Okay, 8,986.82.
Thank you.
If my math's right, but.
Okay. Yep, that's right.
Yep, 89,
Yep.
86, 82 again. Yep, for both of these.
Any other questions? If not, I'll bring the motion back to the table and entertain a motion for action item 8.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the laminator purchase for shelters in North Point for not to exceed $8,986.82.
Second?
I laminate everything at my work, and I highly recommend them. It makes it look much classier. So I would like to say, I second it.
Okay. The motion on the floor in a second. Is there any discussion? Besides, Mr. Sage is very passionate.
I love laminating.
I'm gonna get you a shirt.
We have a lot of volunteer hours of lamination if you'd like any.
Go to the high school and look at the lockers. And you tell me if you like the paper or the laminated pieces.
Any other discussion? I think it's a great idea too. I love laminating. Being a teacher, I laminate everything. Get so much lamination, it's crazy. And I cut it off and I have fun with it. Okay, I'll bring you to the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. And, well, I can't do this one legally, darn it. Brings me to, item I, adjournment.
It is adjournment.
Like a motion.
I can make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a motion to adjourn? Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Coopser. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Have a great night, everyone.